We got sound today. I gotta put music on real quick. Forgot to change the stream title. Redeem your promote coupon to get more viewers. I ain't doing that. Let me see if I can change the title. I'm sure it'll change when everybody comes in, but let's see how bad they throttle me. Hey Taylor, you're annoyed? Me too. I was just on the phone with Michelle. She said she's gonna catch up this evening, but she read like halfway through it, and she read what you wrote this morning. This lady accusing my mutual of lying. You wrote a whole essay? I'm reading it. Girl, I took notes the entire first video. Oh, yeah. Well, I wrote a whole essay back, so obviously you saw it already, but for Michelle, yeah. Yeah, she just completely, like, she made the mistake of, like, adding the message where it said, okay, I gotta wait, but then not really, like, and then saying that she said something, like, completely different, or brushing it off as, like, she's just lying, if that makes sense. Like, it was in the buyer, it was in the screenshot that they shared, is like, the thing, I'm gonna send you the money after I put my child down for bed, and then I can't do anything right now because the money's held up. I'm gonna send you money as soon as I transfer it. It's just gonna take a couple days. Like, she's very clear and transparent. And my girl just, not my girl, but that girl just glazed right over that and was like, I'm heated. They're not friends outside of this. There's a couple, like, there are a couple videos, like, earlier where she's like, I found this person and I really like their work. But other than that, they weren't friends. So it was really, like, weird, the conversational tone. Just, like, not I mean, you can be conversational, but the tone was, it felt like friends. The way that she was being so intimate with her issues, I don't know. It's so uncomfy. I'm telling you, right from, because I don't see any other reason for the random videos of the constant medical drop. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, just a overshare. Like, maybe she thought, maybe, like, here's what I'm starting to form in my head. Perhaps with how candid she was being, she thought that they were closer than they were. And when it came, when they started having issues, maybe she felt betrayed. Like, I thought this person was my friend. And it's like, this isn't, we're not friends, this is business. Yeah, telling them the financial business. Yeah, it was just so like, you don't need to be that candid. You don't have to give that much information. Like, it is a business transaction, treated as such. Thanks for the follow, Wicked Sprite. It makes sense, but also don't be out here being crazy with the business. Like, I think she really thought she was doing something, saying, you got 24 hours to send my money back, or I'm gonna like blast you on social media. Like, she really thought. And then I go and watch those videos, and I'm like knowing what I know from my mutual, like from the videos that she posted, I'm like, okay, no, you are leaving out so much. This isn't going your way, hun. Don't be out here being crazy with a business. Like, if I were to buy something from you, never in my life would I cuss you out or send random things in a business thread. Right. Like, yeah, I think she got her feelings hurt. Like, she thought that they were really going to be friends or something after that. Maybe. But yeah, I think she just got her feelings hurt. Yeah, I just personally would not have taken on, I don't take on commissions in general, but I would not have taken on that commission with the way that it started. It's like, I would have been like, contact me when I understand, like, that, you know, you can share your financial situation with me. I understand that this is your financial situation, but I can't do anything for you until we pay, and we're going to follow the already outlined rules that I have for this. And me being annoyed is saying a lot, because literally I was on the customer side the whole first. Same. I didn't like, but then the receipts came and I was irritated. That's what I'm saying. Like, I got the ick from the first video from my mutual. I was like, this is really like weird. But now after seeing the receipts and then watching the videos from the original or from the buyer, I'm just like, no, this is messed up. She really thought she was doing something. This is why I couldn't own a business. I mean, you just have to be very firm in your boundaries, and hopefully my mutual learned a lesson about like being firm, like, and don't bend your own rules. Like, you have the rules that you set up in place for a reason. Don't bend your rules because you're in your feelings about some stuff. Like, just stick to it no matter what. That's what the rules are in place for. Like, if it were me, it had gotten that far and it got to that point where, like, upon receiving the item, like, she started being nasty again, like, I just would have given her zero grace at all. I would have been like straight up, okay, I'm sorry, that sucks. This has been, this has been a whole roller coaster, but you're following my return policies as stated on my website, which you are aware of. Like, we're following my return policies. I would have become unglued as soon as she started being finicky about the funds. Honestly. Thanks for the follow, Ramon. Oops, hit my camera. Yeah, I would have just... Yeah, the thing about the funds is, like, you come to me when you got them. Like, when you have enough saved up, I will be happy to go through and make the peace for you. I would have not went out of my way and like that for anybody. No, thank you. And I completely, like, the shipping standpoint, like, when it's shipping issues, like, I paid an invoice that you sent me, I gave you my correct address, it is on you to get the package to me, I understand that, but when you go and give 2 addresses, and even if you didn't know you went and gave 2 addresses, like, you didn't realize it until then, once the seller says, oh, there were 2 addresses, you know, like, I messed up, it sucks, I would have put in a little more effort. But apparently she said she was on the phone for 3 hours with USPS, and they said that only the seller could change it, but the seller's saying they were on the phone with USPS for 3 hours, and they're saying only the buyer can change it. Like, I don't know who's right on that. I feel like that's something that USPS does, or UPS does, not USPS. And the funds thing seems really common right now with small businesses, which makes me so mad. Yeah, like, yeah, yes. The 2 address thing was 100% on the seller because one was shipping and one was billing. They should have checked that. I did not see that part. If one was shipping and one was billing, but 100% on them for double, not double checking. But still, I was under the assumption that there was a different address on the first payment than there was on the second payment. Still. I don't even sell stuff and I triple check every time. Like, same. The only time that, like, I've sold stuff on eBay, I had my website, nobody ever bought anything from my website. So I think it's just maybe specifically on eBay or sending something to somebody. And if I got 2 addresses, I would be like, okay, I just want to confirm. I had gotten like a sale that was like, okay, you gave me this address and I have also this address. When you paid your invoice, which address are we talking about? Like, always confirm. Everything outside of that, those on the consumer. Yeah. Honestly, like I said, with the who can change the address, everything that the seller said about, oh, you can make, like, you can sign into this app and you should be able to change it, like, it just sounds right. It sounds like I've, like, experienced that before with UPS. So yeah, to have the buyer going out there and saying, well, I was on the phone for 3 hours and they wouldn't change anything. Like, that doesn't sound right to me. And the fact that the buyer was like, oh, I had to move everything around one day to make sure that I was there because they put signature confirmation. I don't even remember the signature confirmation part, so I probably need to go back and check that. But, like, the UPS did say that they will try to deliver 3 times. So just because you don't get it that day doesn't mean you're not going to get it. Like, they give you several opportunities to get it, and then after that you have to go to UPS to pick it up, and it's a hassle. Sure it is, but still. And that's that, my drop. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. She definitely asked, and Homeworld said she didn't care. So yeah, like, so she's like misrepresenting that in her videos too. Like, she put signature confirmation on there and I didn't tell her to. Well, you didn't tell her not to either. So, let's be fair here. But now I understand why the seller went in hot when she was making that first video, and it was all like emotion. Personally, I would have tried to kind of step back and take a second before I made that video, but also, like, if you go look at like the view count, that video's not getting traction anyway. Like, honestly, like, if I had taken the time, you know, obviously I got 2020 perspective, right? Perspective is 2020. Is that what they say? After the fact, if I had been able to not be emotional at that point, I would have just posted. It would have just been a post with all of the screenshots of the messages, and I would have left it at that. I wouldn't have even brought any of my personal business in it, and just left it there, because yeah, it didn't even gain traction. And signature requirement just means someone, not necessarily you. To be honest, I wouldn't have made the video. I would have handled my business in the chat. If I was going to post anything, I would have just posted the receipts and that's it. I wouldn't have I'd have been like, you know, I had issues with a customer. They're making a video, and here are the receipts. Y'all can be, you know, court of public opinion can rule itself, but here's everything that I got, and been done with it. The problem is, she also posted it on Instagram, and Instagram only lets you have 90-second videos, so it looks even worse because it's like 6 or 7 videos, because she had to split it up into 6 or 7 videos, and I'm like, it's just too much. I wouldn't have gone through all that. I would have edited it for brevity at that point. Honestly, I hope that I never have to deal with a bad customer like that. I hope she doesn't have to deal with a bad customer like that ever again. Nobody, like, sheesh. A sheesh. Customers be wildin'. I don't know that I would be freaking out over somebody that's got like a couple thousand followers posting a crap about me. go stick this in the wet box so it firms up a little bit. My anger problems could never. Thanks for sharing the live, Taylor. Like, the reason I think I got so invested in it in the first place was because of those 2 orders back around the same time during freaking Mercury retrograde. That I had like the one guy who shipped it Ground Advantage in a priority box, and USPS was like, no thank you, we're shipping this priority, and then charged me extra to pick it up. Like, and then I had to go back and get that money back from the person. Like, that was a whole experience. Like, but then also having that pants thing where they didn't ship the package, it seems like they just forgot it somewhere and didn't ship it until I escalated it to PayPal. Like, I was totally on the buyer side in that moment because I was like, I just dealt with this. Shipping is not my fault, and it's on the seller to make it right. But also I understand that like stuff ending broken, that's not the seller's fault. Like, that's the shipping company's fault, and that happens, and I'd be upset, but I would not go freaking nuclear. Shipping has been bonkers lately, and it's ridiculous. It's true. It's true. I think it's only just now. I just sent something to Michelle, and it seemed to have gotten there, no issues, and on time. And I think it's only now starting to even out. So whatever was going on, you know, it was like right after the holiday season, and everybody was backed up, and Mercury retrograde was coming in hot. So, like, I get it. Okay. These guys, I think, just need to sit. My Nana sent me a card for my birthday, and it got sent back with some random no forwarding address. Like, of course there's not one. I live here. Somebody must have got bored that, or they had like new people, not bored. Somebody must have been like, I'm done with my route today. Let's just take this back. I have a little plastic. How's everybody doing? Dry. So what game are you playing tonight? I was just thinking about that. I think yesterday I decided it was going to be between Tears of the Kingdom, because I'm tired of playing Breath of the Wild and I don't feel like I want to fight Ganon yet. So Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Wonder, or Power Wash Simulator. think that's what I've narrowed it down to. But I'm also open to more suggestions because I'm not committed to anything. BRB phone call. Okay. Gonna soak these. I found another potter on, I think I was watching them on Instagram, and they were making little flowers out of just like rolled pieces of clay. So I had the idea that I would use the stems from these flowers to sculpt some flowers. Seemed like a good idea. So I'm gonna free flowers while I can. I'm gonna dunk them so they stay workable. And then I'll clean up these guys. I'm gonna pull the, ooh, goodness. Pull the phone back if I can. So you can see a little bit more of the table. There we go. These little flowers are a problem. I might also try the push molds again. I guess for when I come back on next week, I think I'm gonna try an over-the-shoulder shot. Like I'll attach my, what is this thing called? My boom arm to my chair and see if I can get it like over the shoulder. So you guys aren't struggling to see. Alright, this, I'm gonna let it dry before I go back and add that detail. That way my hands aren't covering things up. And I don't have to like show you my stomach to get everything like centered. Eventually we'll get this setup dialed in. Hey, Shell. Did y'all get ice cream? I'm gonna ask my husband if he's working out today. Did hear me say hello, Michelle, did you? Don't want you to think that I ignored you. Maybe she got distracted. It's okay.